Hi, my name is Jordan LeVay, and today I'll be talking about nutrition and how it relates to individuals with autism spectrum disorder. In this video, I will be covering what autism is, how it affects an individual's diet, findings I found out through my own research, and common diets and supplements that are recommended for people with ASD. To begin, I want you to have an understanding of what autism is. ASD is a spectrum disorder which affects about 1 in 68 children in the U.S. today. Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects an individual's ability to process information. This disorder is a developmental disability which impacts all aspects of life, including social and intellectual abilities. While I have just provided a baseline definition of what autism is, it affects all individuals in completely different ways, which is why it's known as a spectrum disorder. Throughout my experience working with individuals with ASD, I have noticed that many of them follow certain diets or they tend to stay away from certain foods. My goal for this project was to understand why there are certain diets for these individuals and whether they are effective or not. I found through my research that many individuals with autism tend to have food sensitivities, food aversions, and are very specific about what they eat and how they eat it. It was found that individuals with autism are 5 times more likely to have challenges at mealtime, which include tantrums, food selectivity, and ritualistic eating behaviors. Many children with autism are often very picky too, which can lead to malnutrition, social difficulties, and poor academic success. I also found that certain foods can decrease the effects that autism has on an individual's daily life. However, there is no scientific evidence for these findings and are mostly observations from parents who have children with autism. Since there's minimal research for this topic, I decided to interview 2 parents of children I have worked with who have varying degrees of autism. I first interviewed my friend Mark's mom. She explained that since Mark is such a picky eater, they never looked into adjusting his diet. Since he consumes very few fruits and vegetables, he takes daily multivitamins to provide him with the nutrients that he's missing. Eric and Nicole are siblings that I've worked with the past couple of years. They follow similar diets. Overall, they stick to anti-inflammatory foods and avoid foods with gluten, casein, and soy. Their mom explained that when they do not follow this diet, their focus decreases, they have trouble sleeping, and they are much more irritable. Additionally, the kids follow a whole foods diet, which was recommended by their doctor. Eric stays away from foods that are high in sulfur because these foods were contributing to a bacterial overgrowth in his small intestine. They also both stay away from dyes, preservatives, and added sugars. This has helped the kids, especially Eric, who was irritable and had problems sleeping when consuming these foods. While there isn't extensive research on the topic, there are certain diets that many individuals with autism tend to follow in order to decrease the effects of autism on their daily lives. The most popular diets that individuals follow is a casein and gluten-free diet. Casein is in milk and milk products, and gluten is found in many grains. The breakdown products of gluten and casein, which are called peptides, may interact with receptors to either cause or significantly increase autistic behaviors. Other common diets are the Feingold diet, which eliminates additives and chemicals, specific carbohydrate diets, which include the removal of specific carbohydrates, including all grains, lactose, and sucrose, as well as a yeast-free diet, which eliminates yeast and sugar. There are also common supplements that are given to individuals that may be picky or do not consume certain vitamins needed for a proper diet. Most commonly, individuals are recommended to take multivitamins, which help with digestion. Iron supplements are also common for picky eaters because they usually have low iron. Finally, B6 and magnesium are recommended to improve behavior. While I did learn so much about how food and certain diets can affect an individual with autism, there's minimal research regarding the topic. Since most medical professionals are not required to take nutrition courses, they don't have a very deep understanding of how food affects people, especially people with a complicated diagnosis like autism. My hope for the future is that there's more funding provided for research so that doctors and families can help individuals with autism reach their fullest potential. Additionally, it is my hope that doctors become more educated on topics surrounding nutrition. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you learned from my research.